When we talk about the Great Patriotic War, in terms of tanks, battles, and victories, we miss the human tragedy. Beneath the staggering numbers of the Eastern Front lies a statistic so brutal, so utterly dehumanizing, it rewrites the definition of sacrifice. It's a fact that speaks not of survival, but of systematic erasure. Specifically, let's talk about the young men born in the Soviet Union in 1923. That year, class was destined for a unique, catastrophic fate. They were the most heavily targeted, the most utterly consumed by the fire of conflict. Imagine an entire generation, your high school class, your entire town's cohort of young men, almost completely wiped out. This isn't hyperbole. It is the stark, horrifying truth. By the end of World War II, it's estimated that only about 20% of Soviet males born in 1923 survived the war. Think about that staggering 80% casualty rate. They were the 19-year-olds thrown into the meat grinder of Stalingrad and Kursk, given the least training and tasked with the most impossible, suicidal missions. This wasn't military strategy. This was a demographic sacrifice on an unimaginable scale, necessary to hold back the Wehrmacht. These young men didn't get to live their lives. They became the human shields that bought time for the Soviet machine to rally. When the war finally ended, the men who should have been the backbone of Soviet society simply weren't there, leaving a gaping wound in the nation's fabric. The surviving 20% carried the ghosts of their lost peers for the rest of their lives. When you reflect on this 80% casualty figure, how does it change your understanding of the Soviet victory? Do we fully appreciate the depth of the personal tragedy required to achieve that final triumph? Please share your thoughts and reflections on this unimaginable loss in the comments below. Let's honor the memory of the generation that was tragically consumed. If you believe the most important history is the human story, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Click the video on your screen now, where we examine the lost letters and diaries of the soldiers of the Eastern Front. Never forget the true cost of war.